The Celtics are trading Jrue Holiday to the Blazers for Anthony Simons and 2 second-round picks. Simons averaged 8.5 three-point attempts per game last season. That's 12th among players who played at least 50 games. This is a salary dump with the Celtics. I don't think Porzingis is going to be there next year. Going to be some changes. Now, how competitive can you be without Jason Tatum in a wide-open East? And you get a score. Simons averaged 20. Feels like everybody averages 20 now in the NBA. But Jrue Holiday is a wonderful player for a team. Leader. You know, people rave about him as the person. He makes too much money. This is a salary cap dump, it feels like. Probably in the next to last year of his contract. You know, you go back with what's going on with San Antonio. San Antonio's the second pick in the draft, probably taking Dylan Harper. Well, you already got two. You got De'Aaron Fox, and you got Castle as well. Somebody's not going to be on that team. Probably De'Aaron Fox, because I think he's in the last year of his contract. So that's why when you're watching and you're going, what's this team going to do? Who are they going to add? Who are they going to subtract? And I think you're going to see a few moves here coming up prior to the draft or as a result of the draft. Also, Ace Bailey of Rutgers played with Dylan Harper. He doesn't want to go to certain teams. So he's trying to manipulate the draft, or his agent is, to get him to go to, of all places, the Wizards or the Nets. Now, maybe there's a bigger picture there where a team that has a couple of first-round picks like Oklahoma City might go, yeah, maybe we give a couple of first-round picks for Ace Bailey there. Somebody may swoop in, but he doesn't want to go to the team. He doesn't want to go to Philly. Didn't do interviews, and I think he's basically saying New Orleans, the Nets, or the Wizards. I can't remember when somebody said, man, I can't wait to go to the Wizards. But he might say, I can go there. I can be a star. I can play right away. I can get my touches, as they like to say. Yes, Marvin.
Look, he's used to it. He went to Rutgers. He had the pick of the litter of any college he could have went to. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to pick Rutgers.
Yeah.
So why not pick the Wizards?
Okay. Or the Nets.
Even more relevant.
Yeah, not too far away. The other part of this, the Rockets with Kevin Durant. Vincent Goodwill, our good buddy from Yahoo Sports, had a deep dive on Kevin Durant going to the Rockets. He'll join us coming up next hour. But you start to look at this with the Phoenix Suns. New ownership loves to come in and put their stamp on a franchise. And we were at the Super Bowl in Arizona, and all of a sudden, we heard the news that Kevin Durant had been traded to the Phoenix Suns. Oh, these Suns fans were showing up. They had their jerseys on. They're excited. Everything's great, which is fine. The problem is Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal with a no-trade contract. So you're stuck with Bradley Beal, Jalen Green, who you got from the Rockets, they gave him a bad contract. It's a good contract for him, but a bad contract for the Phoenix Suns. Then you got Devin Booker. Devin Booker is going to get paid. They'll extend him. Now, what are you doing? You got 3 guys who are playing the same position. What are you doing? And that's the problem. You go in, fire a coach or fire a couple of coaches, and then all of a sudden, hey, I'm bringing in my Michigan State guys, which Matt Ishbia is a former walk-on at Michigan State. This is where it gets dangerous when owners come in and think they are really smart. And these are some costly moves that they've made. What they gave up to get Durant in the first place, even now, if I'm Phoenix, I've got to, now it's going to sound crazy, I've got to get Reed Shepherd in the trade with the Rockets. I have to get something out of this. Jalen Green is, a guy who's going to score, but he's not a good shooter. His percentages aren't good. He wasn't a big-time player in the postseason. They did well by getting rid of him. You bring in Durant, okay, he's going to be 37. He's going to want a contract extension. Okay, what's he going to cost me? $60 million a year? Probably. But I do like what the Rockets are at least trying to do. They might be a year ahead of schedule with those young kids. And Durant, at age 37, I don't know if he's a top 10 player. I know his numbers kind of indicate, you get 26 and 7 and 4 or something like that. Okay. And he's a 50, 40, 90 guy too, still, for his career. Or at least this past couple of years he's done that. So I'm looking at the Phoenix Suns, and that's a mess. And then you look at what the Rockets got, and they didn't give up some of the younger players. That's what's amazing. Like if you say, hey, we're going to give you Jalen, what? Yeah, we'll take him. Well, I don't know. We're going to have to think about that. Yes, Marv.
The Thompson twin has to be in that trade.
Yes.
Reed Shepherd gets to stay too.
I know.
He was the third pick in the draft. He's going to be one of those guys where it's like, man, where'd he come from?
Yeah. I just, boy, what a mess. I mean, the Kevin Durant trades are going to set Phoenix back for years. In a West that is so competitive. And what do you have? Now, do you trade Devin Booker to – what do you want in return? Now you got to take on these bad contracts, and then hopefully you get bad maybe you get some younger play. I don't know. I don't even know how many draft picks they have. They probably don't even have their draft picks anymore. Like, that's a mess. And it was a couple of years ago. You're playing in the NBA Finals? Yeah, Paulie.
It does feel, though, like Houston, they took a few risks, and I think the risk of letting Green go was gutsy. This guy, people loved him as a scorer, a slasher guard, Jalen Green, and letting him go it's one of those, you got to let something go to get something, and you hope for the best that he doesn't become a 5-time All-Star.
He's not going to.
Then it's the right move.
Oh, absolutely.
To me, that's it in a nutshell.
Absolutely the right move. They kept the people they wanted to keep. Now you can go, wow, he averaged 20. There are a lot of guys who average 20. Yeah, Marv.
Zach LaVine is the first guy I thought of as far as a player comparison where it's a guy that can put up numbers. Both of those guys are buckets, but it's going to take them 35 shots to get those buckets.
I'd rather have Zach LaVine's game than I would. I don't want either one of them, but yes. I mean, these guys get 20, but how many shots does it take for you to get 20? And the offense isn't going to revolve around Jalen Green. It's still Devin Booker's team. But you got the Bradley Beal situation. Imagine showing up to work and knowing that management is like, God, he's got a no-trade clause. Hey, Bradley, how are you? Well, I'm good, Tom. Great to see you.
It's him and LeBron with no trade clauses.
He's making $50 million a year. My goodness.